This is Steve and Elvira. And tomorrow is recording day for D&D. But I've already talked about that for the last couple days, so I want to change things up. So, Elvira here is turning 7 this year. Did a little bit of history checking. So she turns 7 in September. So it's going to be her kitty birthday. Not too long. She's one of the 2 older cats in the house, but I'm pretty sure Dusty's a little bit older. Sorry, my cat just shits everywhere and is just sticking to my nose right now. And I got her from the Farmington Animal Shelter here in New Mexico. And she was immediately a very loving cat. And over at the Farmington Animal Shelter, if you adopt a cat 6 months or younger, you get another cat with it for free. And that's a really great deal because, for one thing, it helps the older cat kind of give the younger cat some manners. Because even though an animal can be separated from its parents, it doesn't always mean it should. Usually, like a mom inside dogs or cats, they'll teach their litters to avoid certain behaviors. And so I got Elvira here for 2 reasons. One is that she's a black cat, and I know the internet tells you constantly that black cats are the least adopted cat in the U.S. I don't know if that's still the thing, but it was about 4 years ago when I adopted her. And yeah, she's an alpha cat. She'll beat up all the other kitties. That's why I haven't let her meet Dusty yet. She caught a glimpse of him through a door today, and she looked ready to scrap. So this is partially me calming her down. Also, I wanted to have a dungeons.and.dodos kitty. Another thing that I was wanting to get onto this page was gaming. Camera focused on me and get the actual screen play of the game. Now, don't worry, I am not gonna be one of the people that, just posts Call of Duty stuff and showing how awesome I am. I don't even want to call myself an average gamer. I've only been good for a couple years at one point in my life, where gaming was my entire life. So you guys are going to be mainly seeing me trying to do things. I do love shooters. Borderlands, Fallout. I love the big name shooters. And I love fantasy RPGs. Now, this isn't exclusive to Final Fantasy because I have played a Final Fantasy from start to finish since 12. So it's been quite a while since I've actually sat down and played one of the newer ones. I've tried playing 13, and I actually own the entire Final Fantasy 13 series. So if there's anything that anybody would like to request me playing, of course, on PlayStation for now, at PlayStation 3 and 4, I will be more than happy to play it if I own it, and if I don't own it, I'll try to get it. Oh, that kind of came abrupt. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys the second reason why I adopted Elvira. I was incredibly depressed in my life. I didn't get with my wife by this point. I was in a low point in my my depression was pretty crippling. And I wanted to go to a shelter to look at cats. Just look. No intention of adoption. But part of me knew I was there to adopt. Now, there was a kitten that I got, and another person got the kitten. But I got Elvira because not only was she a black kitty cat in a shelter, but she was able to be adopted and brought home. She was already fixed. As I've said before, she came from a family because the animal shelter doesn't give collars. She's shedding bad. It's getting warmer and she has a very heavy coat. Even though that's not floofy, it's pretty heavy. She has her own personality. She does what she wants when she wants. And I've seen her dislike more animals than I have seen her like. Today, my wife on her page came across a issue with one of her videos. It's still up. There's nothing wrong with it, just an issue. So we're choosing this opportunity to start changing some things about our videos. Inner.queen.designer is for her. And as you guys already know, dungeons.and.dodos for me. Lost my cat. And Dusty's doing good. He's a love bug. It just hurts to be around him a little bit because of how mistreated he was. Sometimes an animal will get out and you recognize when an animal comes from a house and they got out the door. And other times you can tell when an animal came from a bad situation. And those suck. Those really can hurt. I'm actually grateful because a lot of times when an animal comes from a bad situation, they'll choose like one person to trust, if they do. So I'm really grateful that he is taking the opportunity to just stay a loving cat. Tomorrow is recording night for Dungeons and Dodos. We do use Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons and Dragons materials, as well as I will be homebrewing the entire story. The names of towns, characters, I actually used name generators to create, mainly because names are hard for me. And yeah, that is everything on the agenda. Hi there. Figured I'd do a second portion of the video real quick. So, this right here, this is Phoenix. She does not like being held unless it's on her terms, so I have to really butter her up with the proper types of scritches. You guys haven't really seen too much of her because she's in heat, and she does a very good job at yawling at the top of her lungs. So usually when I record, I try to make it to where it's during her naps. And if you look directly above us, you will see the D&D map that we are going to use for tomorrow's session. Now, we were originally going to use a handmade map that my sister made from a poster board, which was actually really beautiful. She measured it, drawing perfect squares with a straight edge and using a dice, a 20-sided die to be precise, as the size representation. So we went over to Staples, asked for a grid map, and explained what it was for, and the professional over there, by the name of Ralph, I believe his name was, or Randy. I think it might have been Randy, actually. He straight up said, alright, is it alright if I do a little bit of work, make it look professional? And I said, yeah, absolutely. He said, okay, I'll charge $5 more. And I was like, okay, it's worth the investment. And he made that beautiful thing. I completely adore it. So if anyone wants to give me tips or tricks on how to make sure that I don't get ghosting from dry erase or wet erase markers, I'd certainly appreciate it. I just want the best piece of advice possible. I haven't done it before because this is a laminate. This isn't like a whiteboard. And I'm going to release my kitty now. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope to see you tomorrow.